This here's from The Hollywood Reporter. Snow White producer's son slams immature Rachel Zegler. Clearly hurt the film, he says. He should have been slamming her way before this and trying to get her out of the movie. But I guess better late than never. By the way, this is her X account that's still active. And once you see something like this, whether you're on her side or not and agree with her politics, it's best to keep far-leaning views out of things. I would say moving forward, don't take someone who's really on the right. Don't take someone really on the left. Take an actor who apparently has a neutral political stance. Joel Platt, son of Mark Platt, took to Instagram to defend his father against Zegler fans in the wake of a Variety story that noted that Platt apparently at Disney's behest flew to New York City in August to ask the actress to remove a Free Palestine comment that she made on X while she was thanking Disney fans for watching the Snow White trailer. What the F? Come on, man. Like, you post something, it gets most of the views in like the first 24 hours, 48 hours. Yes, it stays there, but if it happens in the first place, it's already too late. So I guess you could have maybe lessened the blow by taking it down afterwards. But if you weren't going to say like, well, I'm sorry for getting my personal politics into the public or whatever, it's not going to do much. And even if you do apologize or whatever, people still know you put it out there. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her opinion. Whatever the hell you want to say, go ahead and say. I'm all for free speech. But as we'll hear here, that, there's hundreds of millions of dollars on the line of other people's money. So you're just taking the risk for them. It's just not a nice thing to do, whatever you think about whatever. You're supposed to just play it cool, play it neutral, and stick with the movie. A commenter called Platt's father creepy as hell and said the producer's efforts to control Zegler's social media post was uncalled for. Are you fucking kidding me? The guy's putting millions and millions of dollars into a movie? You think it's creepy to want to have like a neutral image for one of the main stars? That's, out of reality, man. Whoever said that is a kid or really out of their mind. It's really scary people think like that. In a since-deleted reply, Joel Platt, who hosts the Being Jewish podcast, wrote, "You really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of an enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand this 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for." Right. So she signed the contract to do publicity, which is their stupid ass fault for paying her so much anyway. Like, what the hell, man? I mean, these people on her side of the aisle complain about, well, we got to look out more for the working class and this and that. And meanwhile, they're okay with this person getting millions of bucks to do publicity and mess it up even. This is called adult responsibility and accountability. And her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Well, I mean, it does mean you could say whatever you want unless you sign an NDA or something with restrictions, which obviously she didn't have. So you gotta fault the people paying her at Disney and things like that. I'll even fault the producer himself. Why produce this movie without checking out all the things around it these days? He should know there's going to be liabilities with actors and messaging and stuff like that. Not all his fault. I'd still say, he got the short end of the stick, but I wouldn't fund it. And Joa continues here. It gets pretty heavily political, but his main point is, I agree with, people throw up like these flags and symbols and isms and things, and they side with one issue when they don't really know the full facts and details. It's just jumping on the bandwagon. And, he doesn't directly say it, but he's alluding to the fact that Rachel Zegler jumps on the bandwagon of her political views, assuming she's got low information and low knowledge, which is not a bad assumption, judging how she acts as a professional. They get into some box office stuff. Last weekend, Snow White opened below expectations. That's good. I'm here for it. And they end with this. There's plenty of blame to go around for the film's performance, remake fatigue, question as to whether there was actually any interest in the first place, and yes, the various controversies of the Seven Dwarfs. Gal Gadot even, I think, was slightly political, not to the level of Zegler, but, she pitched in, and Zegler. And they mentioned the Rotten Tomato scores for the audience is not that bad. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I think Joel makes a pretty good point. Hopefully, moving forward, because we can't go back and fix it, Disney learns to keep their actors politically neutral. That's what made Disney so great. They made fairy tales. They made timeless tales that didn't mix in with politics. Or maybe there were like little hints of it, but if you get my drift, not like this. If you don't subscribe here, I'll be pretty sad about it, but I'll get over it. See you next time.